Okay na okay.
Game.
Okay, question.
Go.
Go.
Eh, Erika, I'm sorry. Alright. There are, first of all, congratulations. Incognito has been really doing very well. And grabe no, yung mga action eksena, lahat ng mga kailangan makita ng mga kapamilya, talagang nakita sa Incognito. So, your thoughts about, just having Incognito na cast, na talagang, grabe, pangmalakmas na talaga Incognito.
First of all, gusto namin magpasalamat sa mainit na pagtanggap ng mga viewers. Kasi when we first conceptualized Incognito, it's very non-traditional. We wanted to tell a story na something different, something not traditional, and we wanted to create it, mount each and every scene na hindi siya parang traditional na teleserye. Kasi meron tayong intentions when we were trying to conceptualize it and trying to create it na madalas kasi pag ginagawa ang isang show, ang hinahanap ng mga big boss kung ano yung gustong panoorin ng audience. Tapos we would rely heavily on things that will really rate, kung ano yung tataas sa rating. So ito naman, we are given the freedom, the liberty to tell a story that we wanted to tell and mount it and shoot it and present it on the way how we wanted to present it. So we are very fortunate, but it's a very, very risky concept at first kasi nga hindi yan yung traditional, hindi yan yung nakasanayan, hindi rin yan yung hinahanap ng tao. So anyway, we were given the chance to do it, and then when we were able to do it and present it and show it, we are very happy and very relieved na tinanggap siya ng mga manonood. Why we wanted to show something different than the usual teleserye? Because we think it's about time that kailangan na nating mag-compete sa international level. Kasi unlike dati, pagkadating sa primetime teleserye, we have the sole exclusivity of the eyeballs of the people. It's either you watch ABS-CBN or any other local channels. Ngayon kasi, people can watch Facebook, they can do TikTok, they can do streaming. Everything is so democratized. And pagdating naman sa international streaming platform like Netflix, we're just a thumbnail away. Isang click lang sa kabilang thumbnail, ibang international show na yan eh. So, hindi naman nila kailangan gumastos ng mas malaki para makanood ng international quality film. So, for us to survive, we need to somewhat do something different than what we usually do.
Yeah, and also I wanted to ask more about yung reception kasi ng mga tao. Parang grabe talaga, very international na. I'm sure you're very proud of the work that you've done with Incognito.
Yes, we are very proud and we are very thankful.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, have you always been of the stand also na parang we've been, for lack of a better word, parang underestimating din naman yung Filipino audiences that parang hindi natin naiisip that they would like something new. Is it why you also pushed for it? And what does this success say about the Filipino audience now?
The Filipino audience is more siguro dati naman na mas matalino silang manood, mas discerning silang manood, pero hindi lang naman na pagbibigyan sila na hindi sila na pagbibigyan ng pagkakataon na makanood ng something out of the box.
So have you been pushing for that for some time already? Before Incognito?
Yes.
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 And finally, that's great.
Meron kasing mga dati pagka syempre you're pushing for that, pero very sensitive yung ratings game.
Yeah.
Pag medyo nagtitilt na yung rating pababa, you will be forced to go back to kung saan sila nasanay para pumalo ka ulit sa rating. And that's the game before, which is now hindi naman na yun yung pero syempre importante pa rin na magustuhan ng audience, pero
But at least there's now Incognito para to show people na you can do something different,
Yes.
diba? You can always go back to the success.
Yes.
So, kumbaga, nag-break barriers din siya
Yes.
para sa atin.
Yes.
Direct, you shot in Marawi. So what was it like? First time you mag-shoot sa Marawi?
Yes, first time namin makarating sa Marawi, first time din namin mag-shoot sa Marawi. And as far as I know, it is the first series or show na ganun kalaki na kinunan sa Marawi. When we finished with the script ng buong series kasi, tinitignan ko at iniisip ko and I browse the internet, browse other shows kung ano yung possible location na pagkunan. Wala kasi akong maisip na better location than Marawi. So, naglakas loob kami magpaalam sa mga big boss ng ABS-CBN na payagan kami mag-shoot sa Marawi. At nung pumayag naman ng ABS-CBN, immediately nag-reach out din naman yung production team natin na humingi ng permission for the local government of Marawi and the Task Force Marawi kung napayagan tayo mag-shoot doon.
Did you encounter any challenges sa set
Scary.
sa Marawi?
Actually, ang magandang nangyari doon when the local government found out that we are interested to shoot, they are very, very supportive. Lahat ng klaseng support na pwede nilang i-provide, pinrovide ng city government at saka ng provincial government through the governors and the mayors. And then, yung Task Force Marawi, yung military troop that is in charge of taking care of Marawi is very, very supportive of all that we do.
How difficult was it then to shoot them in
Sa simula, to be honest, marami sa mga kasama namin, marami silang hesitation because of the impression that Marawi has created over the years. But since the Marawi siege, it's been 8 years. So, napakalaki na ng development ng Marawi. It has been rehabilitated. It's beautiful. Its infrastructure is well planned out. Naging problema nga namin yung ruins, hindi na siya ganun karami. Maayos na siya eh. So meron na lang ilang blocks na natitira na in ruins pa. So yun yung nagamit natin sa shoot. Pero in general, Marawi is well built and rehabilitated.
in terms of security then? Paano yung naging proseso?
Yung security naman, Task Force Marawi provided us with security. Pero medyo nahiya nga kami pagdating namin nun kasi parang medyo parang hindi naman kailangan ganun kadami yung security, hindi kailangan ganun. Pero they still want to make us feel safe. So, binigyan kami ng 24-hour security ng Task Force Marawi.
Ilan days kayo doon?
Balikan ko lang yung tanong nila about Marawi. Sabi mo, you were browsing the internet and you arrived at Marawi. But why Marawi? What was it that you'd like to showcase?
We wanted to, kasi yung last leg of the script of Incognito would be a big battle between the team of Manuel, yung character natin, Isla Candula, and our contract. So it's a big battle. We wanted to be an urban warfare kind of thing. So yung Marawi yung magandang gamitin.
The perfect location.
Ilan days kayo doon?
We stayed there for 17 days.
And of course, you've done a lot of firsts in Incognito. Do you think you'll be able to top that in your next project?
I think we can be able to do, because there's a lot of learning from Incognito and we want to keep the team intact para yung learning na yun mabaon pa namin. Kasi prior to Incognito, we did the Iron Heart. So sa Iron Heart, marami kaming mga sinubukang sistema, sinubukang pamamaraan ng pag-shoot, ng pagkikwento, and marami kaming natutunan doon. And then binaon namin yun para dito sa...
So that means, are we expecting anything in the pipeline? Bigger or
we haven't
better
talked with the
than-
management yet, but hopefully it would open up more opportunities and more doors for all of us from the team.
Derek, would you like to see season 2 of Incognito? Kasi di ba what's great about it, laging may storyline that you thread in, but there's always something na natatapos. And I think di ba in abroad, yan, that's the reason why Grey's Anatomy has stretched for so many seasons. Di ba laging may bago, may Baka simula na kaya yan, nung ganun para sa atin. When we call it a season, talagang may season and then it can go on for years and years to come.
Hopefully. Kasi sa mga TV series na ginagawa sa Pilipinas, di ba? Talagang simula hanggang tapos, pagkatapos that's it na.
Yes.
Yung season 2, hindi siya binibigyan ng break.
Direct Lester, kung spin-off or another season?
Actually, when we set up the concept of Incognito, it was set up really for that kind of format. Pwede magkaroon ng spin-offs, pwede rin magkaroon ng season 2. So it's all planned that way. Pero syempre yung planning, hindi mo naman alam kung things will turn out how you planned it to be. So ngayon, we're hoping that we can get opportunity to do more.
Pero Direk, what are you most proud of the series? Incognito.
We are proud kasi the budget that we have is really very limited. We are working on a drama budget, but we were able to create an action series. But of course, we are abiding by the Eddie Garcia law. That's what we are proud of. So it involves a lot of sacrifices, a lot of effort over and beyond the duty of the crew, camera crew, technical crew, production people, the actors lalo na. So ang daming mga gawain at effort na ginawa. Kasi pag lumalabas kami, our team is much smaller than the usual TV series, teleserye team. We are a much smaller team. Kasi we are shooting out of town.
Direct yung mga artista mo, kumusta sa mga sila Richard, sila Daniel?
They came in well prepared. Sabi ko nga, pagdating dito sa Marawi, i-consider nyo na we're going to war. Hindi lang we're going to a shoot. Kasi you need to come in prepared kasi we have to shoot every day. Although after every 4 days, we would do a 1-day rest. But it's very intense action shooting. So it's very physical. It's highly emotional. It's very draining for them. And they are all came in well prepared and they delivered what is expected of them.
Wala man nag-problema with anyone, kunyari, the injury or whatever.
Other than the usual injury that they sustain, wala naman. Kasi, why did I say other than the usual injury? Kasi they're like athletes fighting, playing in a championship game, tapos action siya. So normally yung bruises, bukol, tapilok, it's normal. Like an athlete playing a game, normal yung ganun. So, dito naman sa Marawi, wala namang major injuries. Nothing serious yun.
Si Kyla, ayan, si Maris, kumusta sila during the day?
Kasi this is our last leg, di ba? So, ano na sila, they're expert
Gamay na.
in what they're doing.
And also direct si Lance, your son, also pumasok na rin po sa Incognito, no? So your
Yeah.
thoughts about him entering the cast and siya rin ang stunt director.
Yeah, he's one of the action choreographer that we have. He's working under our action director, Direct Ace. So he's the one choreographing all of the movements, all of the fight scenes, and then he's the one teaching the actors. So yung pagpasok niya as a cast is more like we can find any parang sa pagmamadali sa casting, we need a martial artist that can fill in the spot, and he's on the set, so siya na yung pinagtiyagaan namin.
He's very proud of his work din naman, no? Parang nakausap namin siya last week at he's very proud, he's very happy with how it turned out. And so are we gonna be so ngayon lumalabas na siya as an actor, makikita ba namin yung mga susunod mo po?
I'm not sure about him because I have to force him to be part of the cast. Hindi niya choice yun. Kasi ayaw niya mag-artista eh. Gusto niya to work behind the camera eh. So, we still have to convince him again.
Sabi niya last
Okay
week,
daw siya magbida, direct. Kasama uli yung Incognito.
sabi niya last
Sabi
week,
niya.
seeing the stunts choreography of Incognito, it's like a work of art para sa kanya. How about you, Direk, as the one the director of Incognito, seeing the finished product on screen, what kind of satisfaction do you get out of, you know, seeing your work parang coming to life?
We're very happy again. We were given the opportunity to shoot something like this because of what's happening with the action industry. Yung kinakatakot ko nga before Incognito is lagi kong inisip baka last na natin to kasi they would thought na it's matagal gawin, it's mahal, and it's hard to compete internationally. Baka hindi rin yan ang gusto ng audience natin. So lagi akong kinakabahan na baka last na namin yung opportunity na to shoot an action film with this kind of size. Baka mauwi na lang kami sa mga indie film na style of shooting because of the economy of it. So talaga we work really hard to shoot within the budget, and we're happy that we were able to achieve what we aspired for. But I'm quite sure with a little bit more time and a little bit more budget, we can improve a little bit further.
Pero Direk, what has Incognito success taught you about the shifting audience behavior? Kasi diba since the pandemic, the audience is now very choosy with what they want to watch since ang dami na nga po natin kalapit, aside sa usual networks.
Ang learning naming lahat, including the producers and the creative, hindi mo pwedeng bagutin yung audience. Kailangan fast-paced yung ang bilis nilang bumitaw eh. Kasi ang daming choices. So hindi mo sila pwedeng paikot-ikutin sa isang storyline. Kailangan mabilis, fast-paced. Yung preference ng tao over time nagbago din eh, lalo na yung mga bata. Mabilis dapat ang pagkukwento at mga pangyayari.
Correct. As you said, this is a step into, you know, that direction of going global. And of course, alam natin na una yung streaming on Netflix, sinundan right after airing it in the different platforms and channels of PBS. Do we have any data on how it's done outside the Philippines? Yung mga nagsistream din ng Incognito within the region. Kasi di ba region ng Pilipinas. Have you contact Netflix on that?
So far, we haven't been provided with the data how it performed outside of the Philippines.
But it's so interesting to know, no, Doc Direk,
Yeah.
para lang malaman natin talaga. No?
It will be interesting to know. But one thing good about airing on streaming on Netflix, marami kasi tayong mga viewers, mga kababayan sa Pilipinas or overseas na hindi na nakakapanood ng primetime TV, not because they don't want to, but because most of them are out working. Yung in-demand, by demand ba tawag po?
On
On-demand.
Yeah.
Yung on-demand format is really a blessing to for us creators kasi napanood tayo ulit kasi kaming mga kaibigan na hindi na nanonood ng Filipino TV, nanood na sila ulit. Yun, nakapanood na sila ulit,
Nasa top
na-appreciate.
Pero direct, ang dami niyong location, may Italy, may Japan, may Palawan, may Baco. Saan pinaka-challenging direct as a co-producer na sa direct?
Ang pinaka-challenging sa amin, Japan at saka Itogon. Magkasunod yun eh. Nauna namin sinunod sa Japan because of the weather. Because we have to shoot 12 hours a day outside in the snow na negative 10 yung weather. It's really, really exhausting and it's really cold. And then after naman, pag uwi namin sa Itogon, Itogon kasi is in Benguet, nasa valley siya. Nasa gitna ng mountain ranges ng Cordilleras. So, napakainit. So, parang 42 to 45 degree weather inaabot namin. So, extreme. That's too is the most difficult part of the series that we work on.
Ngayon, direct na tapos na. Ano po nararamdaman?
I feel very relieved that I would... not relieved, una, lahat ng takot.
Direct, relief talaga. direct.
Relieved, una, lahat ng takot namin before creating the show. Kasi nawala. Tapos, kasi before we start the show, may mga challenges din yung mga actors natin on their own. Ano. So, I think I'm thankful kasi Incognito became part of their healing process. Many of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we're happy about. Yung healing process na yun, hindi mapapalitan ng pera o ng kung anumang success sa ratings. But of course, thankful din kami kasi maganda din naman ang pagtanggap ng mga tao sa sa show. So yun, yung dalawang bagay na masaya kami.
Direct, in-open mo na rin naman. Kinausap mo ba sila? May ganun ba about yung mga pinagdadaanan nila?
Not directly about their personal lives because it's none of my business. But we bonded 4 months before the shoot. We created a training camp, and that camp is like a real training camp. They would spend 5 hours a day, 2 hours training, 1 hour lunch break, and then 2 hours training, different courses, para sila pumapasok sa eskwela. Doon pa lang naging ano kami sa discipline, sa work ethics, doon namin unti-unting binuo. Parang ang lagi ko lang sinasabi, whether this show would be successful or not, wala tayong control. Pero kung ibibigay natin yung lahat natin, at least we would finish the show with no regrets. Kung hindi man siya naging successful, wala tayong regrets kasi binigay natin ang lahat. So yun yung naging mindset namin.
Direct, naglaan po ba kayo ng extra budget sa finale? Kasi pag pinanood mo yung trailer, parang super bongga nung mga nangyari.
Wala, sobrang tipid namin sa pinali kasi wala na kaming pera eh.
Si
Direct,
coming from Ironheart to Incognito, paano i-describe yung growth niya as an action star?
Constantly growing naman si Richard as an action star when it comes to his performance. Parang bawat show na ginagawa niya nag-i-improve siya, tapos nagkakaroon talaga ng iba't ibang aspect yung dramatic part of his journey as an actor.
Direct yung own journey niyo naman po, if you could share with us a little bit about that, because obviously sila, as we know, ang mga actor pwede niyong i-train to become the action stars that they are. With you, how did you become the action director that you are, and in so doing, came up with Incognito na talagang nagustuhan ko?
I also learned, kung sila natuto, nag-grow, ako rin nag-grow din as a director, as a creator. Kasi marami din naman akong natututunan working with elite actors like them. And marami din akong natututunan working with high-level creators like Henry Kitain, na marami ng success over the years. At saka kay Jay Fernando and their team. And then of course working with Miss Desde Guzman as our showrunner. Marami kaming natututunan sa isa't isa, and then the work kasi doesn't end in the set. After shooting, pag-uwi, we would go to post-production, we would edit it.
That's yun ang madugo.
Madugo, oo. Tsaka yung growth namin, kasi in-improve namin unti-unti. Una, other than the shoot, other than the camera cinematography, other than the way the people are acting on their acting space. Pag-uwi naman sa post-production, we improve the quality of the sound design. Yung tunog ng mga barel, tunog ng mga footsteps, if you would notice it, it has improved by leaps and bounds. And then, salamat sa sound designer namin na willing din magbigay ng extra effort sa demand namin. Kasi hindi siya usual talagang bawat klase ng baril, iba-iba ang tunog. Hindi kagaya dati, basta tunog ng putok. Pistol man yan, rifle man yan, iisa. Ngayon, mapapansin mo iba-iba ang tunog ng bawat ibang klase ng baril. That's those little things. And then kay Jessie Lasate naman, yung ating batikan na musical scorer, willing siyang to go out of his comfort zone to provide different kind of music here. Pabalik-balik kami, kahit na ang kulit namin sa hihingi ng revision, hindi siya tumitigil sa keep on trying. So if you would listen to the music, it's somehow different and it helps the story push the story further. And then sa color grading naman, kila Miss Marilyn Magsaysay and her daughter. The color grading, we wanted it to be as filmic as possible. Because to be honest, our lighting equipment here is very limited. And it's not the best in the industry that we can offer because of our limited budget. The camera that we use is very modest camera. So we have to do a lot of work in the post-production to achieve what we need to achieve.
Pero galing nyo mag-budget, dapat turuan nyo naman kami. Kasi nakalagay kayo ng Japan, Italy, and the product pa in the end is ano. That just really means with heart and passion and everything we can, di ba?
Yes. Efficiency lang, basta everyone is disciplined. That we go out of hotel on point o to the dot. Pagdating sa set, kung anong oras yung target shoot, we would roll. And then, of course, may mga araw na pati pagkain namin, pinaplano namin. Kasi ang usapan namin ng grupo, which everyone agreed, wala na tayong lunch break wala yung meaning, walang lunch break na hindi tayo sabay-sabay titigil tapos magla-lunch tayo. Pati pagkain, pinaplano namin. O sige, wardrobe department, makeup department, kakain kayo. Kami, mag-shoot kami na mag-shoot. Tapos, okay, pagtigil namin, kami kakain. O, magse-set up ang mga taga-ilaw, mga taga-production and art department. Aayusin nila yung set, kami naman kumakain. Tapos, mabibihisan yung actors, may makeup. Basta, pati pagkain, plano namin. Para lang ma-achieve yung... And then, those departments, they need to work as efficiently and as perfectly as possible para walang downtime. Kasi I have experience na may nakalimutang costume, may nakalimutang props, so titigil ang buong set. So yun, wala kaming mga ganun.
Pero direct, meron kayong dream project yung i-direct mo na talaga all out as a co-producer.
Ang dream project ko lang, ang dream ko for the industry, not just for myself. Sana someday pumasok yung Hollywood finances sa Pilipinas.
Imagine what you can do with that.
Oo, sana pumasok yung Hollywood finances, Hollywood financing or international financing, pumasok sa Pilipinas para we can do more. Ayun.
Direct, asking nga po as a filmmaker and as a look back on the process, how do you feel like your influences, like filmmaking inspirations and your former work as a stuntsman, affect the stylistic choices and plot choices that you've made for the show?
My influences? I am influenced by two parts of the world. In the Western side of influence, Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, those are my influences. And then on the eastern side naman, I'm influenced by Zhang Yimou, by John Woo, by Jackie Chan, and Jet Li.
How do you incorporate those influences in your own work?
Yes. Pagdating sa storytelling, sa male crime drama, I like try my best to emulate how they tell a story. Male crime drama. And then sa filmmaking naman, sa technicals, I try to emulate the Eastern way of filmmaking. Kasi yung Eastern way of filmmaking, like the Hong Kong directors did, they, many years ago during the 80s, they're working with a very, very limited budget din naman. 80s, up until the 90s, they're working with a very limited budget. Pero napansin sila ng Hollywood. Kaya nga si John Woo was able to go to Hollywood because they were able to notice his directing skills, di ba? So, yun, that's what I aspire for.
As a former stuntsman and working on set, have you picked up anything from your previous career, line of career, that you have applied to Incognito?
Yes, kasi as a stuntman, it's easy for me to assess if the stunt is feasible or not when it comes to time, budget, and the risk that is being we are gonna do. So, pagdating sa risk assessment, I'm quite expert on it. If it's doable or not. Ganun.
Last na lang po, with the conclusion of Incognito, how do you hope that Incognito will affect the Philippine film and TV industry, lalo na sa pag-promote ka ng more action series, especially on a larger scale and on a larger budget?
I hope more and more Filipino producers, Filipino broadcasting company or studios would shoot more action. So as the industry would grow. Thank you.
Question ako kasi parang from Bagani, Ironheart, and then Incognito. Ano pa po ba kayo parang what do you like most sa mga pag-shoot nito? And ano yung challenging mo para sa inyo to do? Is it the previous ones po or this one in
Pareho lahat challenges kasi I keep my team intact since The Luna Sangre, Bagani, and then we did one Amazon Prime series called One Good Day. So I kept the team intact and we keep on learning kasi yung as early as 2017, 16, we are dreaming of shooting and creating a show like this na mapapanood ng lahat. So marami rin naman kaming failures na nakaraan. Pero we keep that as a lesson.
Incognito po is like a dream come true.
Yes.
Para sa working, balikan ko ba yung sa Marawi, solely lang po ba na it is your idea or nag-pitch in po yung mga cast na direct dito nga tayo or I think parang si Daniel ata po nag-bakit about Marawi or solely lang po sa inyo yung
maraming location. Normally kasi we would discuss. Nasa ibang, kunyari nung nasa Baguio pa lang kami, nagkwentuhan na kami. So actually hindi na namin alam kung kanino. Kasi everyone is welcome to throw in their idea. Tapos pag di-discussion na namin.
collaborative.
Very, very collaborative. Very
Hindi po
collaborative.
madalas na direct ganito yung itry namin parang exploring stance, scenes sa kanila or almost everyone po.
We are very collaborative when it comes to how we would mount a scene. Like kunyari for action, definitely they would rely on us to design everything, di ba? Pero pagdating sa kunyari drama, sample scene, si Daniel at saka si Tita Malu de Guzman nung namatay si June, so how would they so we would just sit down and we would talk on how we would like to normally I would tell them ito ang gusto kong ma-achieve natin, ito ang gusto kong maramdaman ng audience natin, and then sila yung magsasabi paano nila gagawin, ganon, and then I allow them to perform how they would like to do it.
Parang reunion din po siya with other cast, guests. Meron po ba kayo parang mga cast na kayo mismo yung nag-pick na this one is suitable for them or ano po ba to? Galing po sa casting director or meron po galing sa inyo?
Most of the cast galing sa akin at saka sa producers, kay Miss Des and Henry. Even the guests, we are very, very careful in who would portray each and every role.
Jump po tayo with Sir Lance. Last time parang interview namin siya and parang i-describe mo na medyo strict kayo when it comes, of course, sa shooting, pero iba po sa man. How does it feel po na looking at him do acting as well and then at the same time as assistant stunt choreographer? Kamusta po yung ganong dynamics sa inyo?
As a choreographer, as somebody working behind the scene, I'm very confident that he is very qualified. Pero in front of the camera, medyo ako yung kinakabahan. Hindi naman, ayokong mapahiya. Baka sabihin may nepotism dito, kaya ikaw nasa harap ng camera. That's one thing that I would like to avoid talaga. So, yun, medyo kinakabahan ako pag magpa-perform sa harap ng camera.
Sa bahay, direct na pag-uusapan niyo po yung work sa bahay po.
Oh yeah. Kasi ganun kami sa family. Yung work saka yung family, halo-halo na siya sa discussions.
Sorry to cut lang po. 5 minutes lang kay Gina, may for airing lang po.
Okay.
Babalik po siya.
Sige.
Thank you po, Direk.
Taas. Sa unang idol ko kasi si FPJ, pero wala na siya, di ba? Idol ko si Dolphy, yun yung mga si Dora Honor, pero yun yung mga hindi ko na inabot. Kasi syempre nabuhay sila ng mas maaga kaysa sa panahon ko. So, yun. Pero sa ngayon naman, so far lahat naman ng pinangarap kong makatrabaho, nakakatrabaho ko.
Meron pa direct yung mga big star?
They are big stars because for a good reason. Kaya sila big star dahil professional sila, dahil magaling sila.
So wala naman yung nag-attitude na parang pasaway?
Wala kayo na-encounter sa incognito na pasaway na...
Wala. Kasi ang sobrang konti ng oras namin to shoot at saka sobrang difficult nung situation namin eh. So talagang kung meron mang pasaway, hindi namin magagawa to kung merong isa doon, kahit na isa lang. Ibig sabihin, everyone is so professional, so we were able to achieve.
Kumusta po si Daniel na parang ito yung pinakaseryoso niya na action?
He's very professional. And he always comes in prepared. Talagang pag dumating siya sa set, ready siya, prepared siya. Pinlano niya kung anong gagawin niya bawat eksena. That's one thing that is very wonderful about working with him.
So ulitin mo siya? Ulitin mo?
Oo naman, uulit-ulitin kung pagbibigyan.
Derek, so anong sinasabi niyo ngayon kay Lance? Lance na ngayon nasa show. What do you tell him?
Lagi kong sinasabi sa kanya na nakita mo naman kung gano'ng kahirap ang buhay dito sa industriyang ito. Sana may matutunan siyang being professional, being patient, mapagbigay, magtiis, at wag magreklamo, kundi maging magaling.
Anong reaction direct sa Facebook page kasi may mga nababasa kong mga comments ng netizen. Sana nasa season 2 siya, dapat sa contract na lang siya, mga gano'n.
I'm happy that masaya ako dahil nagkaroon ng magandang feedback sa kanya ang viewers at maganda rin naman ang feedback sa kanya ng production. Kasi being the director, talagang iniingatan ko ay wag maisipan na dahil anak ko siya, kaya siya nandyan. Kaya importante sa amin na he was given the opportunity to work 2 roles, both behind and in front of the camera because he is qualified, competent.
Hindi mataas ng TF niya, sir.
Isang TF lang, doon lang sa behind the camera ang trampas na sweldo niya.
Direct, pag gusto mo lang sagutin ang sinasabi ni Lance nung na-interview namin, 3 years na sila ni Nicole. So anong nasabi mo kayo?
She's a very nice young lady.
Na-meet mo naman siya na?
Yes, we
Pinakilala.
we often go out as a family. Sumasama siya sa amin pag may dinner kami.
Direct, sabi ni Baron nung nakaraang MediaCon, ito daw yung incognito daw yung first show na ginawa niya na hindi siya nagkalat or hindi siya naglasing. Kamusta po si Baron sa set?
I'm very proud of Baron. Baron, kung napapanood mo to, I want to repeat, you did great and hopefully tuloy-tuloy na to. Kasi I have a very close personal relationship with Baron. Kami ng cast, lalo na si Ian, si Daniel, inaalalayan namin siya, sinasamahan, ini-encourage palagi. Pero as an actor, wala naman, kilala naman natin lahat kung ano si Baron as an actor. He's really an exceptional actor. Pero always encourage him. And then I'm happy and proud of him na nagsimula kami ng walang problema. During sa set, he's always there on time, professional, working kahit na gaano kahirap, no complaint, and always delivers exceptionally well.
Ask ko lang po, kasi parang tulad ng Sandre and Magano and then Ironheart and Totoo. Ano ba yung pinaka-madali sa inyo to do or hardest kind of series to do? And are you leaning like for action lang or do you want to explore pa other genre ng series or movies?
I'd like to shoot a family drama. Gusto ko siyang i-explore. Sana matanggap din ako ng mga producers at ng ibang tao, mga viewers as a family drama or drama director. Because like sa Incognito kasi marami naman talagang drama din na family drama.
Do you feel pressure po ba? Like, I think last time parang isa sa mga nag-boom internationally is the Topak movie. And it's an action, hardcore action. And then this one, Incognito, nag-boom naman siya for the series. Do you feel pressure po ba na sundan yung mga ganong klase ng recognition na when it comes to action genre na film sa Philippines? Or wala nang pressure at all?
Siyempre may pressure, pero ang pressure pinanggagalingan kung yung gagawin natin magugustuhan ng audience. That's what we really wanted to, yung mapanood at mapasaya yung audience. Nothing in particular, no intentions of, hindi naman kami tumitingin sa award, giving bodies. Hindi siya yung, natin.
Direk, nagkikritik ka rin ba ng ibang director? Kasi ba pag may napapanood kang mga series, parang kinikritik mo rin ba yung mga gawa nila, kung ano yung kulang, kung ano pwedeng i-improve?
Nanonood ako ng ibang series, both local and international, and I try to learn from them. I try to learn.
So may nakikita mo ba kung bago lang yung director o sanay na siya, gano'n? Like halimbawa si Coco Martin, di ba parang actor siya tapos bigla siyang nag-try sa pagdidirect?
Bawat director na napapanood ko kasi meron akong nakukuha. Actually, my previous work as an action director, I worked with a lot of very good directors na nakatulong sa akin sa growth ko at sa learning ko. I worked with Cathy as her action director in some of her Cathy Garcia Molina. I worked with May Cruz. I worked with Chito Ronyo. I worked with Ronnie Quintos. Sa mga local directors, yun yung mga idol ko eh.
Direct, how do you learn not to compromise your artistic voice given that you have setbacks on budget and then it's also quite collaborative din as a business? So how do you learn to just stand your ground and continue with your vision, and what compromises do you make whenever you come to that situation?
We try to look for every day kasi we were confronted with a lot of different kinds of problems. Most of it emanating from lack of time, lack of budget. Lack of budget means lack of time. So we try to plan it very, very well and stick to the plan. And if the plan is not working, we develop a skill set to look for a different approach, different last-minute change in strategies. Basta ang mindset lang na ini-instill natin sa buong team, walang bibitaw. Huwag tayong papayag na pwede na, hindi pwede yung pwede na. So lagi yun yung paulit-ulit kung kinukulit sa kanila. Lagi ko sinasabi, basta pag umuwi tayo dito, tinanong natin no regrets ha. Ibig sabihin ng no regrets, binuhos natin lahat, binigay natin lahat ng makakaya natin according to the resources and the time and the talent that we have. Kung paano man yan lumabas, binuhos natin lahat. So laging ganun yung attitude namin.
Direk, ayun ba yung naging secret? Bakit parang super expensive tingnan nung finale ng Incognito? Kasi parang siyang binadgetan talaga ng todo-todo.
Siguro. Tsaka malaking buhos ng pagmamahal. Lahat from the wardrobe, to the art department, to the camera crew. Lalo na yung lahat walang bumibitaw. Kasi cameramen namin, they work more than they usually work. Kasi most of the shots is very dynamic. So, carry nila yung camera, bit-bit nila for 12 hours. They do the choreography with the actors. When the actors move, they also move. And they memorize the choreography because they need to move with them. So, yun yung appreciation ko sa technical crew, sa camera crew namin na sobrang hirap na pinagdadaanan just to get the perfect shot.
Kaya sa pala direct nung MediaCon, si Maris naiyak nung pinag-uusapan na yung mga camera at yung mga tao sa likod.
Sobrang pagod, makikita mo exhaustion. Lalo na nung nasa kami, nasa Japan. Kasi Japan is a 21-man team. Ang konti
Konti lang po
namin.
kayo.
Yung 21-man team, sure kasama na yung actor. Kasama na actor doon. Ang konti namin. Para kami yung mga college student na nag-shoot ng school project. Ganun yung itsura namin. Ganun din kami sa Italy.
Nag-ano rin po ba kayo? Nagkuha ng permit or...
Yes, we have a local producer. We have permits. Ganon. Meron kaming local coordinator doon. Pero yung court, yung team na nagtatrabaho talaga pag nasa overseas kami, para lang kami yung mga, alam mo yung wedding crew na nag-shoot ng mga ganun lang
Talagang
kami.
ano lang po talaga.
Oo.
So, din yung Visayas na shoot na din ba po kayo? Like, pinuntahan din na places sa Visayas. Parang kasi, napansin ko namin, parang Luzon, Visayas, and then Mindanao, tapos, or right, Mindanao.
Nagtacloban tayo. Tacloban late eh.
Parang,
Nag-shoot tayo.
what do you like po? Parang, in-idea nyo na po ba na parang i-promote nyo yung places sa Philippines and then, of course, lang internationally din, like, incorporate siya din sa series?
Actually, promoting it is yung situation, dumating yung sitwasyon na pwede namin siyang i-promote. Kaya tinodo-todo na rin namin yung promotions. Kasi ang proseso kasi natin para alamin kung saan tayo mag-shoot, gagawa tayo ng script. Pag nabuo na yung script, saan pinakamaganda gawin to? Saka natin pipiliin. For example, sinabi natin na Tacloban. Pag Tacloban na, nandoon na, of course, the local government and the local people is very supportive. Siyempre, to give back to the community, we would do extra. We would want to shoot it beautifully para ma-promote din. And then we would create some promo din. May mga reels yung mga actors to promote the place. It's our way of giving back to them.
Kumusta po si Bong Navarro sa ano? Kasi kasama po siya sa final arc. Ngayon, meron po kasi nagko-comment sa page niya, oh bakit komedyante, bakit ganyan? So paano niyo po siya i-defend? Paano niyo siya ipipitch na si Bong po?
Ang isa sa pinakamagagaling na mga aktor, mga komedyante, hindi madaling magpatawa. Napakahirap magpatawa. So kung napapatawa ka niya, ibig sabihin magaling yan. That's number one. Number two, Bong Navarro kasi is a good dancer. Yung physicality niya, he can still flip, he can still do a lot of stunts. Magaling kasi yung ano niya physicality niya. Kaya siya yung isa sa napili namin. And then we worked together many years ago sa Last Stick Man. Ako yung action director ng Last Stick Man. Kaya nung naghahanap kami ng casting, naisip ko si Bong. Actually from the very beginning pa lang ng series, sinasabi ko na si Bong. Sinasabi ko na. Pero wala kaming opportunity because of his regular noontime show schedule. Wala kaming opportunity to work. So buti bago matapos nabigyan kami ng chance.
Paano niya siya direct na na-convince ko?
We inquired about him sa management niya and then they were able to... Nung una sabi hindi siya pwede. Eventually nung huli, parang nasalubong siya na ni Miss Des sa isang event. Sabi niya, oh, Des, kasi naman ako. Sabi, ang tagal ka na namin hinahanap. So, eto na.
Yun pala yun ang kwento.
As a director po, which comes first? Commercial success or critical acclaim? Kung kayo po tatanungin.
Ako, commercial success. Para sa akin, mas maraming nanood, mas maraming natuwa. Yun yung totoong critical. Ang tawag doon, yun yung totoong... Para sa akin hindi ko sinasabing for myself, ang totoong sign of approval, yung audience, hindi yung judges. Hindi naman. Priority ko, audience. Next na yun. Kung nabigyan ako ng critical acclaim, thank you.
Direct, I asked them if I can ask you, do you bother to watch Batang Quiapo and how do you find it?
Ako nanonood ako ng Batang Quiapo. I admire the whole team of Batang Quiapo and Direk Coco for being able to sustain a high rating show na paulit-ulit at walang sawang pinanonood ng ano. Yan ang totoong sign of approval ng masa. It's a different medium. Kumbaga, sa painting, merong oil, may charcoal, may ano. Iba-ibang paraan ng pag-express, ng pagpipinta. So, I
Imagine
really
yourself directing something like it. The way it's being handled now.
Pwedeng, siguro I would like to work more with a more structured and more planned situation.
Oo nga, iba nga pala siya.
Mas planado yung style of work ko.
Direct sa perspective mo as a director, gaano kahirap yung ginagawa ni Coco na artista siya tapos director din siya?
Sobrang hirap yun, sobrang hirap. Kasi ako, I have a lot of sleepless night planning for the next day. Kunyari, for the days to come na pag-shoot, mag-meeting, countless hours of meeting and planning, tapos on your own, mag-aaral ka pa ng sarili mong script para sa mga darating na araw. Imagine if you have to act in front of camera pa. So, double that. I really admire him for what he's doing.
Okay na?
Did you learn a lot from doing Ironheart, which was applied? Parang your shows are getting better, looking more expensive. I don't know if they really are more expensive than the. Well, you did Ironheart also.
Yes.
And that was already a marked action series in the Philippines. So how did you manage to make even better?
Each and every show kasi we treat it as a learning process. So marami kaming sinusubukan. Pagka nag-work, ginagalingan pa namin. Pag hindi nag-work, i-eliminate namin yung sistemang ganun. So from as I mentioned as early as La Luna Sangre, I have a team of people. I kept them intact for the longest time. And then my stunt team, our action team, Action 360, we have 15 young men and a woman in the team. Sila yung stunt team na kasama ko since way back. So many of them are not stuntmen talaga. So kumuha ko ng ang babata pa nila noon. Some are still in school, some are just finished school. So some of them are gymnasts, some of them are dancers, hip-hop.
Yeah.
Yung mga sumasali sa Showtime na mga hip-hop dancers. Some of them are cheerleaders from different universities. So, kinuha ko sila, tinraining ko sila ng martial arts, tinraining namin sila ng stunts. We kept them intact. So, with or without project, we keep on training and training and training. And now it's easier to improve kasi we have the internet to learn from other country, what are they doing. So, constantly training kami ng training. Even may shoot. Pag walang shoot, na sa kapahinga kami, they still train. We will still gather them. Yeah.
So, it inspired ko kayo sa ganong classic action directing and then talents din po.
Direct may ano ka ba? Parang training camp, gano'n? Or parang training academy?
Wala. We only have...
Wala kang balak?
Wala. Hindi. Meron kaming training sessions and then anyone who from the other may mga actors na sometimes sumasali sa amin to train, we welcome them. We welcome them to join us in training kasi if there would be other stuntmen who want to learn from us, who wants to learn, we train them. And then may mga iba ring actors na magkakaroon ng preparing for a show who wants to train with us, we train them also.
Who funds those training? Direct ikaw or not the network, you?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. How would you like to cement yourself as a filmmaker in the Philippine cinema and series industry?
Nothing in particular. I just wanted to keep on doing things and keep on contributing to the film industry as a whole. Yun lang, wala naman akong anything na gustong i-cement na legacy. Basta I just want to keep on doing things that I love and keep on contributing to the industry.
So Direk, ano yung first involvement mo na action series? We thought you were new. We thought you started only with Ironheart. That means you were not reading credits. So actually, what was your first mala-action or action series? Ano ba? The one of Kina Angel ba yun?
Ay, hindi. I've been in the industry since 1999. Tagal na. I worked, before I was a national athlete for Wushu, sports of Wushu. And then when I retired, I worked as in the industry. I work as a stuntman, and then I do martial arts performances on stage, overseas, and here. And I joined some production overseas, so ganon. And then I came home, and then dito din, my first work as a stuntman is with Star Cinema. Ano yan stuntman ako sa isang movie ng Star Cinema ni Victor Neri.
Parang stuntman din eh?
Stuntman, yeah.
Parang Lito Lapid ka, no? Simula sa stuntman.
Yes. And then from there, I became, tapos may mga international movie projects na ginagawa sa Pilipinas that is looking for martial artists. Yun, I would audition and I would get the job. And then from there, I became action choreographer. Kung ano yung trabaho ni Lance ngayon, nagpa-choreograph ng movement, nagtuturo ng actor. Ayun, hanggang
Are you getting billed? Are you getting credit in the no?
Ang importante noon, talent fee. We're trying to put food on the table eh. May credit, basta importante, mabayaran ka and then you go home and look for the next
Did you
job.
also go into chefing? Did you also go into culinary? You?
No.
Were you into culinary arts also?
No.
No, okay.
I don't.
No, because you were
I just
involved
eat.
I thought you were also into chefing.
Buti direct din mo naisip pa mag-artista.
Hindi ako marunong umarte.
Ano lang talaga. Stunts.
So, ilang taon ka na ngayon direct?
I'm 50.
50?
Mukha ka lang 30
Tell
din
people you're 35, then people will still believe in you. Oo. I didn't expect you to look that young. Kasi parang iba yung itsura mo kaysa nung Ironheart. Pero sabi ko ba sa mga...
Kulas.
I remember. Siya din yung nasa Ironheart. Bakit he doesn't look the same? And you don't sound the same. The way you talk during the time of Ironheart and now. But I don't know. I don't know if you had a solo for Ironheart, but I was in the main press.
Yeah.
You didn't have a solo there?
I didn't have it.
Okay. So maybe it takes something like this to hear you talk. Let go lang. And then give it all. Anyway, you're very good.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sige.
Direk.
Sige.